on today's show, I'm here with Dr. Daniele Gambero, the CEO of REI Group of Companies here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Now, Doctor, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks to you for inviting, Greg. I'm very, very happy to be here.
We're in a new, COVID-19 has created a whole new environment for us here as well. And, you know, what would you say to Malaysian buyers and also to foreign buyers about the Malaysian property market today, and also where you believe it may be going? Granted, you don't have a crystal ball.
Oh yeah, correct. A big disclaimer. All what I'm going to say is my personal opinion. Take it as a old man kind of loud thinking. Okay, where Malaysian properties are going and what type of advice I can give. Locally, Malaysians, listen to me, we still have a huge shortfall of properties. According to the latest number that have been published by NAPIC and JPPH in the Property Market Report 2018 and in the quarterly data distributed by NAPIC online, available for anybody to go there in the website and analyze this data, I have seen still a shortfall of probably somewhere between 700 and 800,000 residential units, meaning the demand is still there. And if there is demand and there are no speculators, massive quantity of speculators in the market, price should be moving up. How fast this will happen, I don't know, honestly. Can be 1 year, can be 3 years, can be 5 years. My crystal ball is honestly out of view in this. But they will go back. They will go back. What to look at? What to look at in terms of property? And I'm talking to Malaysians in this moment. Okay, closing what I was saying, leave aside office space, because I don't think it's going to be very popular. Residentially wise, I think, very personal, big disclaimer, I think there will be a shift. There will be a shift from the studio unit, the very small units, towards bigger units, the 2-room, 3-room, 800 square feet, 900 square feet, 1,001 square feet. And the one who can afford will not mind to drive a bit longer, but to own a landed property.
So what would you say? You work with a lot of developers in Malaysia, for example. Now, obviously, they are going to be going through a challenging time. For developers that are, let's just say, 70% near, 70% completed, almost done, and you've got those which have just basically done the foundations. They're nervous. They're not sure where the market's going to turn as well at this time. What would you say to them?
Pray hard.
I hope they're not listening to this one.
very honestly. You know why? Because if I am a buyer going around in the market, I will not buy from a developer who is only at ground floor or piling work with zero sales.
Why is that? Tell me. Give us all an understanding of what's in your head.
It's a matter of cash flow and needs for cash, all right? Banks might not be supporting developers as they were before in the next 3 to 6 months. You are a developer with your project under construction up to 60-70% completed, and your sales are, say, at 60-70%. 60-70% completed sales means for a developer break-even point, which means that project will be completed.
Right.
If I go and bet on a developer, above all, which is not big, which is not established, which is not cash rich, I can buy from a developer that is a ground floor, but I want to see the bank statement of the developer.
So you've got to do your homework. You've got to do your homework.
3 times more than before.
So, Doctor, the next question was regarding an online forum which I enjoyed and participated in just the other day as a viewer. And we had the presidents of the ASEAN real estate agents, all of the associations of these real estate agents across the ASEAN region. They each gave their perspective on the impact of COVID-19 on the real estate industry. One of the interesting things which I saw and heard was that the Malaysian president stated that he forecasted a 10 to 20% drop, in the prices of Malaysian real estate. What's your take on this?
One question I have for him. He should be telling me on the basis of which precedent case is he coming up with this catastrophic type of forecast. Because to me, it doesn't make any sense. People that are saying price will drop even 10%, I ask, based on what? We are in 100% uncharted waters, unknown territory. We cannot say in a very simplistic way, and with all the respect for real estate agents, Ray Group of Company, we are also real estate agents. We have a license within our group. With all the respect for real estate agents are dealing with properties. Value of properties are driven by economic indicators, demographic indicators, per capita income indicators that normally real estate agents are not really considering. So why and from where in heaven these guys are saying 20-30%? There is I keep on hearing friends that are going around and looking for good bargain to pick up. Is a 100% buyer's market, no doubt. Now, when we look into past happening, when we see this type of drops, how come it happened? 97, 98, 2008, and other 1987, 1986 crises all around the world. When there has been a property crash, what bubble exploding, bubble boosting, what generated the boost? Speculators massively moving out from market, meaning the market was flooded with primary and secondary market offerings, and was a war trying to find the one selling at the lowest value. Are we in this situation nowadays in Malaysia? Honestly, Greg, I cannot see it. Bank Negara in the last 5-6 years have been seriously curbing speculation on property, the bad habit of flipping. I know
for sure.
Nice, all right. Some speculators, some investors come in, buy at a premium, a bonus of 30% and resell after 6 months. But in this moment, if someone comes into the market and is able to buy at 20 or 30% less than market price, considered to be market price, how long it will have to wait before seeing the return of that value up? There is no solid base for a speculative action. Speculators are not in the market. In this moment, they might be in the market as buyers, but definitely not as sellers. I cannot see massive quantity. You see, what the Bank Negara has been doing at the beginning of the MCO, coming in with a 6-month moratorium. You tell me how many people have been helped by this 6-month moratorium on debt, on mortgage. Why people are desperate to sell? Because they need money. Because they cannot keep on paying their mortgage. Now Bank Negara is saying, guys, holiday for 6 months. Still desperate about money. You should be looking into a webinar roundtable that I've been moderating on the 13th or 14th of April. It was Monday 2 weeks ago. It's on my Facebook page, Dr. Daniele Gambero Facebook page. You look at the recording, it was a Facebook Live. Look at there and look for the intervention and the comment of Adrian. He is saying investors and general people desperate for money, don't look for selling. Go and talk to your banker. Try to discuss a possible refinancing of your housing loan. If you already paid 6, 8, 10 years, you might be able to refinance and get cash out of it. And at the end of the day, come to the end of this MCO. You need cash for your business. Go and refinance. If you are a businessman, most probably you have 2 or 3 properties. Try to find the one which has been having the highest value, growth of value in the past. Try to find the one within your properties already purchased that has the less left over to be paid. Refinance that. You don't lose your asset. You gain your good cash flow, available cash that you may need for your business, and then you proceed. So 20, 30%, allow me to use a strong term. Nowadays, people are saying that you have to be very strong in your position. So let me use 2 words, bullshit.
I love that one. I love that one. Last year, the government introduced the home ownership program. Okay, yeah. I believe the figure to be confirmed will be about 30 billion into the economy. Now, you had quite a bit to say on this as well. Okay, looking to where we are now, is the government going to reintroduce or introduce maybe perhaps a second wave as well to stimulate it further? What's your thoughts?
If we want to give a kick in the ass of the local market and get it to move forward, HOC, home ownership campaign, has been definitely a very good thing because has been helping first-time home buyers. Now, my request to the government is precisely this. Can we have a freezing or a total reduction or total waive of RPG tax, for instance? We waive RPG tax as it was done 1999 or 2000 for several years. Malaysia.
Well, I think they were hoping that was going to happen, I think, in the last budget. I think most people who had owned properties or the industry were keeping their fingers crossed to see if there'd be a change, but there wasn't any.
There was only a reduction,
Tiny.
an update on the value. From 2003, if I'm not wrong, we stepped up to the value 2013 for the RPGT calculation, all right? But if we want to revitalize the market, to me, we should have incentive in terms of financing for first-time home buyer. We should waive RPG tax, maybe say 2 years, 3 years. Do a calculated waiver on RPG tax. Try to find incentives in the stamp and duty, because MOT, as far as stamp and duty, MOT is the first that the buyer pays in the moment the purchaser receives the property from the developer. Is memorandum of transfer. The first time the title, the strata title of a property is deposited under the name of a person, right? So that is MOT. Stamp and duty is calculated exactly as the MOT and happens from the second transaction onward. So take off, reduce, change, modify, give extension for the payment of these kind of things, but help a buyer in this way. Work on the stamp and duty on the loan agreement. First time home buyer, give really a government guarantee to the bank for 100% loan. Introduce rules very strict on selling bare units, not fully furnished, not with a huge rebate, discount, cashback, and all the crazy things that have been happening in the last 36 months, which I totally disagree about, personally. All right? So that is what I hope to see from the government. RPG tax wave, a total wave of RPG tax will be already a huge booster for the property market. When to make it? As soon as there is a from the straight line, we can see a peep, one every couple of days. Then okay, out of coma, can give the RPG text wave.
Well, I hope they're all listening to you. That's for sure. I'm sure they are. I'm sure they're all listening. They've all got the pens and pencils out taking notes.
I cross my finger. I cross my
Fingers
finger.
crossed.
Yeah.
Year 2020, year 2021. Is it looking like, and I know there's no crystal balls here, but is it looking like a buyer's market?
Oh yeah. 2020, 100%. And 2021, I'm expecting it to be a buyer's market for quite a while. Personally expecting.
I'm going to bring this to a close. I've had you for long enough already, but I do have one more final question to ask you. Do you have any final words of wisdom for anyone out there who is looking to sell, needs to sell? And do you have any words of advice for those who see this as an opportunity to buy? Two different groups, two different perhaps sets of advice. What would you say to them?
Okay, to the one selling, think twice. Explore all the possible solutions that you may have. If you are selling a property because you need cash, you talk to your banker. Talk about refinancing. You might be avoiding to sell. Okay? And this will preserve your asset and give you breathing oxygen. So, seller, desperate seller, try to be less desperate. Buyers, is your timeline. Go around and shop whatever you want. To me, don't buy office space. Don't buy studio units. Those are two things that I would say will not be so much a request.
Well, thank you so much indeed for answering all of my questions today. That was fantastic.
No worries. It has been really a pleasure, and I will be always available for any advice or any chit chat with foreigners that wanted to know how come this Quailo or Masale or Farang foreigner, in few words, has been falling in love so much with this fantastic country. All right, Greg?
Wonderful. Thanks again.
Thank you. Thank you a lot. Bye.